If you are waiting for God to save you, you're going to be waiting for a really long time. Hey Soul Surfers, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here and have not yet subscribed, go ahead and do that by clicking that subscribe button. And you can also click the notification bell if you'd like to be notified when new content is posted. If you like what you see, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. If you are waiting for God to save you, you're going to be waiting for a really long time. And that's because God cannot save you. Now, when I use the word God, there are a lot of different ways and other words that people use in place of this, such as universe, higher power. There's all sorts of different ways. However you identify God, that's what I mean. It's not just God in the Christian sense. Any form of higher power can't save you. You are the one who has to save yourself. And this can be tough to accept because it means that we will have to take responsibility for ourselves, take responsibility for our lives. Now, God, higher power, source, universe, it plays a role in saving us. However, it alone cannot save us. Everything in our universe, everything in our life is a co-creation. We create our reality, and there's some mysticism behind how things happen. I don't know if you've ever heard of divine timing or synchronicities, but if you've ever been in a situation where you were at the right place at the right time and you find that the way that things happened and the order of events was just perfectly aligned, that is a co-creation. You were there. You were a match to that situation. So when it comes time to changing our lives, we can set the intention that we want things to change. And when we do that, the universe is going to conspire and co-create. A lot of times, and well, pretty much all the time, we don't see this happening behind the scenes. But it's co-creating an experience to bring us the things that we are searching for. So essentially, higher power, source, God, the universe, it will bring us the tools that we need in the form of people, in the form of groups, in the form of information. It will bring that information to us, but we have to be ready to receive it. And we also have to be the ones to use it to change our lives. We essentially have to do our part in the co-creation of things in order for our lives to happen. Oftentimes when people are really, really low and they get to a place where they feel like everything is going wrong, this is what they call oftentimes in 12-step programs as hitting bottom. When you feel like there's nothing left to live for sometimes, that nothing is going your way, and people get to that state of what we call surrender, when you just basically say to the universe, I cannot take any more. What do I need to do? Show me the way. The universe will bring that information. And sometimes this is why people can hit multiple bottoms, because we can get to that point of surrender, but not really be fully ready to embark on the journey that our soul wants us to do and wants us to take for our spiritual growth and for changing our beliefs about ourselves. The interesting thing about it too is that even though I said God can't save you, we are all God. We are all source. We all come from the same divine source, whether you call it God, universe, higher power, source energy, spirit, we all come from that. So we are God as well. That's how we co-create. We work basically with ourselves, some mystical part of ourselves, and then the physical aspect of ourselves to create the reality that we see in our lives. So while I say that God can't save you, in a way God can save you because you are God. And in fact, when you realize that you are God and that you have the power to change your life and to help co-create and orchestrate the reality you see, rather than putting God or source or the universe as something outside of yourself, as soon as you make this realization, you get your power back. Because the moment we externalize our power and we put that power in something else outside of us, that is when we feel helpless. That's when we put ourselves in a position to feel abandoned or left out or forgotten by the universe. So really what we're trying to do And one of the biggest lessons that I have learned is that we are all God. We all have that source energy in us, and we're all trying to tap into it, and all of us are at different stages of that journey. But in each of us is that source. We are source. We are God. We are higher power. And having that information is the greatest piece of knowledge I think I have learned on this journey. And I think that's why it's important to know that life is about relationship with ourselves. The reality we see is based on the beliefs and the relationship that we have with ourselves. And I think it's so interesting because as we're co-creating with the universe, aka ourselves, since we are part of the universe and we come from that divine source, that's why things are a match to us or not a match. That's why the universe is showing us our beliefs about ourselves, because we're aligning ourselves with ourselves essentially. So if you don't like your reality, you get to take your power back and make the change. The universe is going to align you with what you believe about yourself and what you believe about the world. It's going to show you that you're right. So in a way too, I guess the universe is trying to show us that we're always right. And it makes me think of that quote, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you're right. You know, I think it's so funny because the ego always wants to be right, and essentially the universe will prove us right until we change our beliefs. I mean, it's going to keep showing us things that reinforce what we believe until we change our beliefs, and then it starts aligning us with those different beliefs, and then that becomes our reality. So it's just so interesting because we're all always right, aren't we? Like, that's the kind of the thing. I think that's why they say there's no right or wrong either. No one's right or wrong. Everyone's reality is right for them. They're in a match with their beliefs, which is partly why too I think arguing to get people to change their mind can be challenging. And that's why I also think that living by example is greater than trying to convince somebody verbally to change their beliefs. It's kind of like showing them rather than telling them. So the biggest takeaway here is to remember that you are God. You have come from that divine source. You have come from the universe, from spirit, from God, from higher power. That's all within you. And everything in your reality, you are co-creating. So if you're waiting for God as an external person or situation to come save you, that's not going to happen. However, if you accept that you are God and that you're basically aligning yourself with yourself, the right tools, the right information you need will come, and it's up to you to use those tools to save yourself. God, higher power, the universe will bring those tools to you, but it's up to you how you use them and up to you to use them to create the reality that you desire in your life. All right, soul surfers, if you are looking to improve your relationship with yourself so that you can be a vibrational match to the things that you really want in life and the things that you really are seeking in life, go ahead and check out this 30 Days to Self-Love series I created, because really the true essence of knowing your godliness and knowing your true divine nature is knowing self-love and practicing self-love every day. Because when you do that, you live your most authentic life, and that is when you are in touch with your true divine nature. Thanks so much for joining me. If you liked what you saw in today's video, give it a thumbs up. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video.